Hi, this is Carl Kelpfleisch with Bazoogan Ministries with a quick video here on using the eternity track. So this eternity saying, as you can see on the back, says Arthur Stace, known as Mr. Eternity, wrote the word eternity in copperplate writing with chalk on footpaths in and around Sydney, Australia over 500,000 times for about 35 years, from 1932 to 1967. God has written eternity on our heart, Ecclesiastes 3:11. And then where will you spend eternity? So, this track, is just the word eternity. Just think of how powerful that can be, because we know from Ecclesiastes that God has written eternity on every man's heart. If you ask somebody if they think they're going to die, or what happens when they die, or if they thought about what happens when they die, almost everybody will say yes, right? Because they know they're not going to live forever, right? And so then you can say, well, where will you spend eternity? And the concept of eternity is probably difficult for a lot of people to understand. So you can boil it down a little bit closer to home. Where will you be in 10 years from now? Well, most people probably think they'll still be alive. What about 50? What about 100 years from now? If you were able to have a conversation with a newborn baby, they might think they would still be alive in 100 years. But the reality is most people don't even live to be 100. And eternity is so much longer than that. So you could, if they think they'll still be around in 100 years, you could say 500,000, whatever. But the reality is we're going to spend eternity somewhere. And this is really just going straight to that point of where will you be, after you die, heaven or hell, and leading them into a conversation, leading them into thinking about that. And we just pray that every one of these is effective in, pricking the soul and the conscience, and leading the person to think more deeply about that, to repent and believe the gospel. Anyways, if you have questions, post them in the comments. Contact us at the ministry, bazoogan.org, and keep handing out tracts as you go. God bless.